Have you ever felt a deep sense of guilt, almost shame, just for thinking about asking for help? Not just for big things, but for the smallest favors. If you find yourself apologizing for your needs, or if the thought of relying on someone else makes your stomach clench, you are not alone. And what you're feeling isn't a character flaw or a sign of weakness. It's a deeply ingrained survival response, likely learned in your childhood. Let's talk about this. For some of us, the struggle isn't about finding the right words to ask for help. The real struggle is believing we're even allowed to. It's a core belief buried so deep that we might not even be aware of it. This often starts in a childhood where needing something meant you were a problem. Maybe you were told you were too much or too sensitive. Maybe when you reached out, you were ignored, shamed, or simply told to figure it out yourself. When a child experiences this repeatedly, they learn a powerful lesson. My needs are a burden to others. To be safe, to be loved, I must not need anything. I must be self-sufficient. So, you learned to protect yourself. You became the hyper-independent one, the reliable one, the one who never asks for anything. You became an expert at figuring things out on your own, not because you wanted to, but because you had to. It was a matter of emotional survival. Now, as an adult, that old programming is still running in the background. When you even consider asking for help, it triggers an internal alarm. That feeling of guilt or shame that washes over you, that's your nervous system screaming, warning, you're breaking a fundamental rule. Needing something is dangerous. Your body still remembers that needing something once led to rejection or punishment. The guilt isn't a reflection of your worth. It's an echo of an old, outdated survival strategy. This is why it often feels so much safer to be the giver, the supporter, the one everyone else can count on. When you're in the role of the helper, you feel in control. You feel valuable. You're providing the support you yourself were denied. There's no risk of rejection when you're the one offering help. The danger lies in being on the receiving end. So, you might find yourself being the rock for everyone in your life, your friends, your family, your co-workers. You take care of everyone, you listen to their problems, you offer solutions. But when your own world starts to crumble, you do it quietly, behind closed doors, completely alone. Does this sound familiar? The pattern often looks like this. You minimize your own struggles, telling yourself they're not a big deal. You might apologize profusely for asking for even the smallest thing, like, "I'm so sorry to bother you, but could you possibly pass the salt?" The apology is automatic, a reflex to soften the burden you believe you're creating. You might feel a profound sense of unworthiness, as if you don't deserve help, love, softness, or even simple attention. You may have convinced yourself that you have to earn these things through relentless giving and self-sacrifice. But here is the truth. You, Dan T., have to earn the right to be human. And being human means needing other people. We are social creatures, wired for connection and mutual support. The idea that you should be an island is a myth born from pain. So, how do we begin to heal this? The first step is awareness. It's about noticing that feeling of guilt when it arises. When you're about to ask for help, and that familiar wave of "I shouldn't be doing this" hits you, pause. Don't push it away. Acknowledge it. You can say to yourself, there's that old feeling. That's the trauma response talking, not the truth. This simple act of noticing creates a tiny bit of space between the feeling and your reaction to it. The next step is to gently challenge the old rule. The rule that says needing help is bad. You can start small, incredibly small. Ask a coworker for a pen. Ask a friend if they have a minute to listen. Ask your partner to handle a small chore. Each time you ask, you're gathering new evidence. You're teaching your nervous system that the world doesn't end when you express a need. More often than not, you'll find that people are happy to help. They want to be there for you, just as you've been there for them. This process transforms asking for help from an act of selfishness into an act of profound courage. It's an act of rebellion against an old, painful story. It's you, as an adult, choosing to give yourself the care and support you didn't receive as a child. It's a declaration that you are worthy of help, not because of what you do for others, but simply because you exist. Remember, every time you allow someone to help you, you are also giving them a gift. You are giving them the opportunity to feel useful, to connect with you, and to show their care for you. You're allowing the relationship to be a two-way street, which is the foundation of all healthy connections. True strength isn't about never needing anyone. It's about having the courage to be vulnerable and let people in. This isn't an overnight fix. Healing is a journey, not a destination. There will be days when the guilt feels overwhelming, and retreating into self-reliance feels easier. Be patient and compassionate with yourself on those days. You are unlearning a lifetime of conditioning, but with each small act of reaching out, you are rewriting your story. You are stepping out of the role of the silent sufferer and into the truth of who you are, a human being, deserving of love, connection, and support. You don't earn help by being perfect, or by giving until you're empty. You are inherently worthy of it. You're human, and humans need each other. It's as simple and as beautiful as that. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. If this resonated with you, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel for more conversations like this. It helps more than you know. Take care of yourselves, and remember to be kind to yourself today.